come up with that dog shit pick. What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking?
What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Jimnasium. It's me, XFL Jim, joined by my man. It is Chase, the Wolf of Oaklawn himself, Lupine Fiasco Sesums. I had a good weekend, man. What about you?
It was a good one. Did early Valentines Day with the wife, because when you have kids and obligations during weekdays,
Valentine's Day is whatever day you can make it.
That's right. That's what it's about.
We're recording this on the actual Valentine's Day. All I did today was work. I got home. I feverishly masturbated, and then had steak, just took a shit. Now we're recording. It's probably like a 7.2 out of 10 Valentine's Day.
That's a pretty full day. That's I mean, I'm sure along the way that you cried. I laughed.
Cried a little bit. So I did laugh because there was a point. So I'm still recovering from the Superbowl meal where I had about 3.5 hot links and a rack of ribs. So my stomach's just been like destroyed for the past couple days.
Sounds rough. Yeah.
So I was taking one of my daily giant shits in a gas station during work.
Yeah.
The guy next to me might have been dying in the stall.
Oh, no.
So I'm just there. I'm doing my business. I'm nonchalant. About 5 minutes into my deal, guy comes barreling in. You can hear the door to the main part slam, and then he runs into the stall next to me. And before the door closes, he must have like thrown his pants up. It is destroying the toilet, and I couldn't hold in my laughter.
How'd he take it?
He didn't say a thing. I think he just wanted me to pretend like he wasn't there. But he was like, he'd blow it up, and then you could hear him be like, oh. You like heard the groans. It's like, this guy's having a day.
Godly. Yeah, when you can hear the defeated groan from someone, I'll tell you what, there was a gentleman who was doing a training at a place I used to work, and like he was all upbeat like on Thursday, and then no one saw him on Friday, and then like I remember going into the men's bathroom and hearing the distinct noises of a male weeping openly. It's because homie had passed, like it was passing a kidney stone at that moment.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of emotion conveyed in men's restrooms.
That's true. I've cried in a men's restroom before.
Yeah, I mean horniness. That's got to be like top.
That's top two
at least. Yeah. So
pain is probably number one.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean when you're randomly shot, and you have to go and doctor yourself up, you don't go home. No, you go do it in a random men's, dirty men's restroom.
Yeah, you go to the dirtiest place possible. So
you bring rubbing alcohol and way too tiny of gauze pad, and you just doctor yourself up.
You use all the paper towels.
All of them.
And then you just like make the sink just filled with blood. Do you bare ass the toilets in public restrooms?
Public? No, I don't. I don't raw butt it. If it's like somewhere like work, where it's like I know everyone who poops in here.
Work is like a second home bathroom, especially if so the place I work, the office I work, it's not like a bathroom with stalls. They're individual. Like you just walk into the room and that's the bathroom.
Right. No, I will build a fortified nest under me in a public restroom.
I like to live dangerously.
Fun. Can I have story time?
Yes.
Okay, story time. Brief story. So I very much from a very young age up until maybe my late teens, early 20s, had avoided doing any serious pooping in public. For that time.
You and me both, brother.
And so I was with my family. We were flying international to some island or something, and I was in the DFW airport, and I had to light it up. It was a fact of life. It was happening. And I go in. This is my first like serious like poop in a public place for most of the majority of my life. And I get the seat thing and I build my nest with it. And I sit down and I'm like pooping, and I guess I like lean the wrong way, and the auto flusher hits, and it sucks the seat cover out from under me like a goddamn magic show. And I was just there with my raw butt shame.
I went from never pooping in a public toilet ever. I think one time I held it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
To like eventually hotels are fine, and like main shared spaces with like people you work with or that you hang out with a lot are fine. To I just raw butt everything. I took a raw butt shit in a park bathroom that didn't even have a seat.
Oh no.
It was just a metal prison toilet.
Change of subject.
No. The last bit on that is the reason so you had your ritual. My ritual is the reason I wouldn't do it in public is I had to fully undress. So the one time I had an airport situation too. I was like 12 or 13 years old. So I'm in like the handicap stall. And I took all my clothes off. So the Super Bowl happened.
So the Super Bowl, the Superbowl. You know what's
how'd your picks do?
Not good. Do you know what's more demoralizing than picking Josh Sweat to accumulate so many sacks that he would ascend to heaven after the game? It was that 0 sacks happened in the game at all. Didn't
see that coming.
That was I could not have been more wrong than I was in that moment. The Eagles not winning. I thought the Eagles were going to win. Fucking Patrick Mahomes. My wife was asking me who I was going to cheer for, who I thought was going to win. I was like, I want it to be the Eagles. I think the Eagles will win. And she's like, well, why don't you want it to be the Chiefs? And I was like, well, the deal with the Chiefs is I'm afraid of Patrick Mahomes getting to a level of goatness where I will be forced to hate him for a large portion of his career.
I have the same thing because I love Pat Mahomes. I loved him in college. He's he's so fun to watch. But once you get to a level, like for me, the big thing, Travis Kelce at the end of the game being like, everyone doubted us. No one believed in us. It's like, no,
that's not true at all.
That doesn't fly. That doesn't stop it. I hate it when you do it.
First or second choice in the futures all year.
When they did it, I hated it in college football when Kirby Smart did it with Georgia. Like, not nobody believes in you. Everybody believes in you.
Everyone, yeah, everyone who ever said anything out loud believes in you.
There is a difference between not believing in somebody and not wanting them to win.
True. Very true.
So for me, I knew exactly when the Chiefs were going to win, and that was when all the analysts pregame picked the Eagles.
On Fox, yeah.
Every single one.
Which is interesting because I watched a lot of TV during that week and a lot of like prognostication, different shows. It was split 50-50 everywhere else. Like if you looked at what their analysts picked, it was like Eagles, Chiefs. And they got to the Fox broadcast and the Fox crew, the Sean Payton and Gronk, the Denver Broncos, mushed the hell out of the Philadelphia Eagles, which I think that's who I should be mad. You know what? I was mad about various things. I'm not mad anymore at those. I'm mad at Fox, and I'm mad at Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah, I'm mad at Fox and Terry Bradshaw as well.
Yeah,
he's like Fox's Lee Corso.
Yeah, except he's got except like Kirk Herbstreit isn't there helping Terry Bradshaw through every single show with like subtle like reminders and stuff.
It's like, no, here you go, Grandpa.
It's rough for Coach. It's rough for the Sunshine Scooter these days.
It is a little rough. The game itself was fantastic, though. I had a blast watching it. I was really hyped in the first quarter when Kelsey and Brown got 2 quick touchdowns and Devontae Smith, all 3 of them got a bunch of yards. My prop was looking good.
Yeah.
And then it died.
I was excited because I got 3 of the 4 of the anytime touchdowns on my big prop same game parlay because I hit Pacheco, I hit Brown, and I hit Kelsey. All 3 anytime TDs that were in that.
Who was your last one
parlay.
again?
Miles Sanders, who was just MIA, just nowhere to be seen.
I think he gets traded. I think he's done on the Eagles.
You think so?
I think they just roll with Gainwell because I think they would have to pay Sanders more.
You can just go Gainwell and Boston Scott. Not to mention Jalen Hurts also takes a lot of those rushing opportunities. That makes sense.
Because I think most of the offensive line stays, and that's a big reason why they're so good at running the ball.
Yeah. Do you think? Okay. Seeing what we've seen today with the coaching moves in the NFL / college football, do you think that the Eagles are destined to return to the Super Bowl soon?
So losing the defensive coordinator, I don't think is that big of a deal.
Okay.
The offensive coordinator might be. I want to see who they hire. I think they have all the talent in the world. Yeah. Still, because I don't think they're still in the era, because they're not paying Jalen yet. They're not paying Devontae yet. So they still have a good window of they can keep this roster together.
They have to pay Jalen this offseason, though, right?
Is it this season when he's...
I'm saying you probably get a fat extension after.
Well, when's his rookie contract up?
I think he's still got another year before they have to pick up his option, or his 5th-year option.
I wonder.
I think he probably gets extended in the summer.
If that's the case, I still think you have like a year or two of keeping this roster together. I think you got at least one more year of Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
I think after next year, he's probably done.
Yeah.
So go for it next year, Eagles. Damn it.
What is Steichen going to do in Arizona with Kyler Murray? Like, it's like not like you can run the read. Like, you don't have a quarterback who could squat 600 pounds anymore. You have Kyler.
He's going to do probably it's the defensive coordinator that went to Arizona, right?
I thought, hold on. Is it Gannon? No. Yeah, hold on. Gannon went to Arizona. Steichen went to the Colts. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes. Gannon went to the Cardinals. So Gannon on the Cardinals, I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to lose.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's going to be like I don't think he's that great of a coach. I think the Colts are set up pretty well. It's to be seen what they do at quarterback.
I bet you they go out and make a splashy draft pick. I mean, they have to be up there for Bryce Young, Caleb Williams.
So the owner said, like, actually verbatim that he likes Bryce Young.
Makes sense.
So go another Alabama guy.
Go another undersized Alabama guy. We'll see how that turns out.
Maybe it'll work this time.
At least he throws it with the right hand.
Shut the fuck up. Overall, great season, great game. Tainted by a call. It was probably the right call, but it was still like bad moment.
Right.
Because I hate it, even when they make the right call. If it's something they haven't really been calling all game, and they decide just to be like, oh, it's the last like 5 minutes of the game, flag.
I don't think Juju was ever going to get to that ball, is my thing. Like,
maybe.
I don't think he would have gotten there, honestly.
I think the Chiefs win regardless, probably, because the Eagles in the second half couldn't do anything.
No, I agree. That I agree with. But I don't think Juju can.
Yeah.
They probably kicked the field goal right there. Like, I don't think that Juju can actually.
Juju's a Super Bowl winning player now.
He is, and he's trolling homeboy who held him on Twitter with that Valentine.
That was pretty good. I'll give him that.
That's low. That's super low, is what that is.
No one has accused Juju Smith-Schuster of going high.
That's also true. Okay. Still, like, I read that and I was like, that's funny. Oh, he's going to see that. Oh, he's got family, man. His family's going to see that.
Also, shout out Chad Henne. Now has as many Super Bowl rings as Peyton Manning. And
hashtag
more than Aaron Rodgers.
Hashtag anything is possible.
More Super Bowl rings than Aaron Rodgers, tied with the Manning brothers. I believe he's also tied with Roethlisberger.
And don't get it twisted. The man has got playoff snaps. He's gotten regular season snaps. He's not just a ring collector. He's an integral part of that team.
He might be the definition of like a premier backup.
Jim, anything is possible.
Anything is possible. I fucking loved his like post game pictures of him just saying his retirement with beer in hand, just being like, I'm done.
Yeah, I got 2 rings. It's done.
Live the life to the fullest.
And then what? Todd Monken makes the jump to the pros.
I think that's a great hire.
It's going to be interesting to see what Todd Monken does with well, if they even have Lamar, they might be dealing with a pocket passer next year.
Maybe they're gonna draft. They're gonna draft Stetson Bennett, boy.
Bingo! It's written in the stars now. That's exactly how that's gonna go down.
Lamar's gonna get traded. They're gonna draft Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, and then Stetson Bennett will play 2 years, and then he'll retire to his Chevrolet dealership.
Exactly.
Come on down to Stetson Bennett Chevrolet.
What'd you think of the halftime show?
I'm thinking over 3.5 months pregnant bettors go cash them tickets.
Cash it, baby.
She was real bumped up, and I thought it was really good. In fact, I was very scared of like a Owen Hart Blue Meanie situation possibly going down.
Yeah, I saw a lot of the memes of like it looked like a Super Smash Brothers stage.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It did. It was very funny. I thought it was I gave it like a 8 out of 10 Super Bowl halftime show.
I thought it was a 9. I give it a 9.
I think it was really good. I don't think like the theatrics were anything crazy.
Yeah.
No guests, but Rihanna just went out. She played the hits, and damn it, she's got some hits.
Yeah. And bonus point for the bonus Rihanna we got. You know, we had extra Rihanna that performance.
Which I will never complain about.
Never. Ever. We see you, Ree.
Any commercials catch your eye?
No. Commercials have gotten it feels like we build up Super Bowl commercials so much every single year, and I feel like the last few years we've had some super lackluster Super Bowl commercials.
For me, there was only 3 memorable ones, but also I want to take this opportunity to like vent. Stop showing your Super Bowl commercials before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Planters
Stop
Peanuts. Yeah. Also, if you give me a QR code to scan to see the rest of your commercial, I'm not going to see the rest of your commercial. 3
takeaways for Super Bowl commercials. 1, stop showing them before the Super Bowl.
Stop it.
Stop it. That's number 1 by a landslide. Don't do it because it's not a Super Bowl commercial anymore. It's just a regular fucking commercial.
Yes.
Number 2, no QR codes. That's just you're making us, the consumer, work to want to know what your product is.
No, we are here to be mindless consumption machines. It's a mindless eating machine of content. That's what I am.
And 3, cool it with the celebrities. There's like way too many celebrity commercials that are just like, haha, it's a celebrity doing like a normal thing.
Yeah, well, Danny McBride, for example, like, I'm sorry, I don't know if Danny McBride is relevant enough for him to be the face of your scent booster Unstoppables.
And I love Danny McBride, but no, like, just do themed commercials. Do like a fun theme. And just roll with it. Like, the Ben Affleck Duncan commercial was terrible. The Danny McBride commercial was terrible. I remember maybe 3 ads from the whole thing. I remember the women's flag football ad, because that one was just fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I remember 4. I remember Jesus 2, Electric Boogaloo, the like $1 billion Jesus ad.
Yeah. I'm telling you, this Jesus series on FX is going to be killer.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
when he's banging Mary Magdalene, they're gonna have full frontal nudity. I hear
it's going to be like a mix between Justified and Sons of Anarchy. I hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember the Bud Light commercial with just the 2 people dancing to the on hold music. That was just cute.
That was cute. That was especially since it was the on hold music that everyone plays.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. Yeah. And I remember everyone remembers the Tubi commercial because it pissed everybody off.
I don't remember it.
It's
I
the one where
repressed it.
It looked like they were back to Greg Olson and the booth talking about, it was like 4th quarter or something like that. And then Tubi, the commercial was them changing from the app. So anyone using like YouTube TV, the commercial was them changing from YouTube TV to Tubi. So it looked like someone just had a remote and changed the app.
I don't like it when companies take direct shots at other companies. Have some class. Take the high road.
I forget who owns Tubi. I think Fox owns Tubi. So,
speaking of people of entities not taking the high road and taking direct shots at their competition. What about the USFL completely ignoring the existence of the XFL?
So, USFL, owned by Fox, obviously had a lot of airtime, a lot of ad time during the Super Bowl, and they were tweeting up a storm. This is probably the most effort the USFL has put towards their advertising I've ever seen.
Right.
And they took shots at the USFL multiple times, being like, especially at the end where it's like, don't worry, guys. 7 weeks, real football's back.
Yeah, only 8 weeks until real football is back. I was like, you motherfuckers. Like, I tweeted something to the effect of, I hate seeing mommy and daddy fight. Like, I want to love you both equally.
I love the hate. I'm here for it. I feel like it's going to make both leagues better. I feel like the players don't care at all.
No, they don't.
It's just going to be fans just going back and forth. But the thing is, I think fans of the USFL, like the hardcore fans of the USFL, are probably also fans of the XFL and vice versa.
I feel like you need the XFL to purchase the last couple minutes or the last couple seconds of that, and then have like The Rock kick in through a green screen and be like, "It doesn't matter what your name is."
If ESPN does the Super Bowl ever, then yeah.
Yeah. It could be on ABC. It would be the ESPN on ABC. That's how they do it.
They could do it.
They could do it.
But I like the shade throwing. Both leagues coming. XFL this weekend.
Yes.
There's already lines out.
Yes.
I already bet every game.
I haven't looked at the lines yet. Give me.
Okay,
just
so
give me.
I'll give you my spreadsheet right here.
Give me.
Renegades -2 is my pick. Versus the Vipers.
Okay, -2. Okay.
I took under 37 in that game.
Unders all day. Yeah, every single game.
Spoiler, unders, and specifically first half unders every game.
Every game.
Roughnecks versus Guardians, I took the Roughnecks -2 because it doesn't look like the Roughnecks, it doesn't look like the Guardians are starting DeAndre Francois. I'm hearing some rumblings they might be starting Paxton Lynch.
Or Quentin Dormady.
Maybe.
There's an or. I've seen the depth chart. There's an or between all three of those names.
Of them.
Yeah.
I took Battlehawks -2 versus the Brahmas because the Brahmas have named a starter and it's Jack Cohn.
Jack Cohn. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Not thrilling.
Ruh-roh.
For anyone who's watched Big Ten football or recent Notre Dame football, quarterback play of Jack Cohn has not been stellar.
Did not excel. No, did not excel in college football. But he's got that polish. He's got that Notre Dame polish at the Banana Utes. Was it the Banana Utes?
Yeah. He's good enough at throwing to tight ends, I guess.
That he is.
Yeah. And then I took the Sea Dragons +1.5 versus the Defenders. Under 37 in that one.
Oh, you might as well just hammer that on the money line too. Sea Dragons
I will.
All the way.
There's no money lines listed, but yeah, I will be taking the Sea Dragons money line. I don't expect that line to stay at +1.5.
Yeah.
And then I just parlayed every under.
Where did AJ McCarron go again?
He's on the Battlehawks.
I mean, I've got futures out there, and my two futures are the Sea Dragons and the Battlehawks.
I got the Roughnecks at like 8-1 now, 9-1.
Yeah, I'm at like 4-1, 5-1 on both of those.
I'm really just balling that Cole McDonald has a great season and doesn't trip over himself.
We've got an XFL draft tomorrow, don't we?
Yes, we do. XFL draft tomorrow, and then I assume we're going to be having XFL picks on the Picks Porch on Friday. Like, duh.
No, duh. Yeah, duh. Absolutely.
Duh.
I'll tell you what. I went in to make my team name for the XFL fantasy league that we're in.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I got to get a name. It's going to be X Gonna Give It To You. And then I do it, and then I realized that someone else has already named their team X Gonna Give It To You. The only difference was I had GON apostrophe versus just GON, which I feel like gives mine a little bit more street cred. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to change it. I'll change it. They were first. And I am Lil Nas XFL now.
That's really good, too. I
will give Satan himself a lap dance for the #1 overall pick, I will waste on TJ Hammonds.
In hindsight, we should have all picked X Gonna Give It To You and just spelled it differently.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, Adam Pelletier, who's running this shindig, will lose his goddamn mind if that happens.
Would hate us. He would
hate us all.
Hate us.
Yeah.
Other thing that happened over this last weekend, though, UFOs are back, people.
Yeah, dude. I'll tell you what. It's really satisfying watching UFO coverage on CNN and then flipping it over to Nat Geo and watching just hour blocks of UFO programming. I am all in on the existence of extraterrestrials.
Did you see the reason why they're popping up so much more often now?
They just changed the filtering on the radar. Like
exactly.
They just weren't looking before.
Like,
but I'll tell you, the truth is out there, Jim.
That first Chinese spy balloon comes over and they're just like, "Oh, we found this. Let's just change the radar filter to be like, oh shit,
bitch.
There's so many of these things now.
They're everywhere." Yeah, man. Yeah, it's either aliens or the start of World War III.
Either way, I wonder if we could bet on it.
Listen, there's always an overseas book that will let you bet on a war.
Also, if it's either one of those, I'm gonna be so pissed because something always has to happen to the XFL. 2020 was a goddamn pandemic.
Yeah, plandemic.
This year,
a plandemic to end the XFL.
Exactly. I have sources, and I'm getting to the bottom of it still. This year, if it's World War III or aliens ruining this league for me, I don't know if I'll forgive life. I will fight God.
Yeah. Hey, we got a scare last year with a war in Ukraine we thought might spill over to end the USFL. And I feel like that was just like a show of force.
That was just a taste. Now that we're on the precipice of year-long football. If that gets taken from me, I'm on Suey watch.
It's XFL or Salt Lake City. You choose.
It's done. Get rid of Salt Lake. Get rid of Utah. Get rid of the state of Utah for it.
Wait. We love Ute football.
I love Utah. Don't get me wrong. I love Utah. Speaking of, just as an aside, and we were talking about Notre Dame earlier. Notre Dame couldn't outbid Utah for a coordinator. So
that's insane.
So Notre Dame loses their offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Tommy Rees.
Yeah, they lose Tommy Rees. Apparently the brass at Notre Dame wouldn't let Marcus Freeman pony up the money to get Utah's offensive coordinator, which is the guy he wanted.
Yeah.
I kind of maybe understand why Brian Kelly left if that's the case.
True. You would think that they've got some probably the deepest pockets in the country. It's possible that they could theoretically have the deepest pockets in the country.
They could. The alumni base is insanely large. For as private and wealthy as a school it is.
But see, they also have this thing going for them that only other huge schools have going for them, which is you can have never set foot on that campus and be just such a fan of the program that you make gigantic donations to them.
Yes. They're a
Vince
global
Vaughn.
force.
Vince Vaughn would have written the check for an OC.
I don't understand if you're Notre Dame.
Am I overstating how well Vince Vaughn is living?
No, I think he's fine. I think out of all those people, I think he's doing better than any one of those kinds of actors.
Yeah. Apparently the band Chicago comes and plays there all the time. I don't think Chicago could afford to pay an OC.
No, they could probably afford a tight end coach.
They maybe get a washing machine.
Speaking of OC and tight ends coaches as well, Maryland, did you see that?
Yeah, you have
Kevin Sumlin
leaving to be co-offensive coordinator under Mike Loxley at Maryland.
What are we 60, 70 days away from the USFL, and the Gamblers are now head coachless.
Yeah, I'm confident that they'll make a hire.
They'll make a hire, and I don't know if they can make a hire worse than Kevin Sumlin.
It's going to be really hard to... It's going to be really tough for the Gamblers, I think. I don't know what's going on with all of their coaches leaving, but they need to start locking... If they see talent, they need to start trying to lock talent down.
Well, the issue...
Because we've seen how it looks whenever you have a poorly coached team, Pittsburgh Maulers.
Yeah, boy. I saw someone's take that's not a good look for the USFL when a college can just snatch a coach like that, but
colleges pay better, man.
Yeah, I get it's a co-OC job, it's not a head coach job, but especially at teams in the SEC and Big Ten, these schools have more money than God.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably at least double what he was making as a USFL coach.
They have so much money to just throw around, and the USFL is in year 2. Like, it's not comparable.
It's true. No, I agree. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, also agree that it doesn't look good, but
it doesn't look great, but it's understandable.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
XFL coming, USFL here. UFOs ruining my life at the moment.
Remains to be seen. They could also be here to give us like technological advances, like they did at the dawn of humanity. If you watch Ancient Aliens, ancient astronaut theorists say yes.
Maybe they'll have a football team.
God, and they're all made up of like 6'8" dudes with alopecia.
So
they're all lengthy and rangy. It's like a team of Jason Taylors.
Damn, they'd be good.
God, dude, if you gave me 22 Jason Taylors,
you'd wreck shit.
You would wreck shit.
Also, I don't think we mentioned the AFL's back, by the way. Arena Football League's back.
Oh, wow. Okay. So much football. We're living in the era of forever football, Jim.
Yeah, we have AFL and the Indoor Football League going on. Speaking of which, I do want to go to an Indoor Football League this year. That's a goal of mine as well.
Are the Iowa Barnstormers back?
Yeah, they're back.
So you can just dip over to Iowa.
I could go to there for an AFL game, but Omaha has an IFL team, the Omaha Beef.
Yeah, the Beef. Yeah. Oh, that's a name. That is a name, sir. I dig it. I'm here for it.
I want to go to a Beef game because it's just an easy weekend drive for me.
It's so awesome.
It's amazing. The only thing I'm disappointed in is, like, since 2018 or 2017, Grand Island, Nebraska used to have an IFL team, and they don't anymore. They used to have the Danger.
The Grand Island Danger.
That's what they were called.
We had an AF2, the minor league arena football team, the Arkansas Twisters for a few years.
Then
we also had the Arkansas Rhinos for a little bit.
Arena football team names are real good. They're second, maybe only to Japan.
Yeah, they're up there with like major league or minor league baseball team
minor league
names.
Baseball's so good.
Yeah, dude, those are the winners of all franchise names.
The only other thing I did this weekend is I went to my first horse race of the year. I actually saw one live.
And that's funny because I think it's HISA, the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Act. Something about it, like, for some reason they can't show Fauner Park anymore, like, out of state. It's the same with the tracks in Texas.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't remember what the exact deal with it is. It's something about it is to standardize, like, medication regulations, safety regulations, like, basically like a federal thing as opposed to a state by state jurisdiction.
They'll only show tracks that meet, like, their level.
I'm way oversimplifying it, I believe, but the easiest way to explain it, though there's much more ins, outs, and what have yous.
It was fun though. I did my thing where I didn't want to buy a track card because they're like $8 or something like that. And I was only there for one race. Yeah. I just picked a random horse.
Yeah.
It was fun. Got in second.
There you go. One of my things that I always love about Fauner Park is, like, these owners, like, some of them, like, a lot of them don't have silks, so it's like the jockeys are, like, trading around different colored, like, windbreakers with each other for like what saddlecloth color they're on. So, like, if you're on the 3 and you're on the 7 next time, you're trading the blue for the orange. Like, it's pretty. I like it.
I've been making it a weekly trip. Like, Fridays, I've been going to the casino just to, like, hit up the slots and roulette and whatnot. Just like $30-$40.
I hear the Fonz has some killer, like, drink, like, hot dog, like, specials to go along with the races too.
They do, and they have like a cool sports bar at the racetrack too. That's actually pretty decent. And I think now that the races are going on, that's just going to be part of my Friday routine. Is I'm going to go to the casino and also hit up a couple races.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Because week 1, and I think for the rest of February, I think they're only doing about 6.
Yeah.
But after that, I don't remember what the number they usually do once they bump up into the full season.
For sure. Hell yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to like consistently bet horses.
All right.
And like just sit in the environment of other people. Because like, you're right. Watching people bet horses is maybe more entertaining than almost anything else on the planet.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, people have like their fidgets and ticks and everything. It's literally like watching a bunch of people watch a train wreck happen in slow motion.
So I was the one I went to in the time it went from when like the one of the race closed before race 6. I was there for race 6. So the race closed. In the time between that and the race going off, I saw a man smoke a whole pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets real. He was probably live to something big. Like, he probably, like, tugged one out in the men's room also, which is why you shouldn't raw button those things.
No, especially the ones at Fauna Park, because I'm pretty sure those stalls don't have doors.
Whew!
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah. Just shitting out in the open. I don't got anything else to talk about anymore.
I'm good, too, I think.
I'm tapped out. Thank you all for watching. Chase, what do you got going on in life?
I mean, I'm going to be headed to Vegas with this big galoot in a couple weeks. There'll probably be some content while we're out there.
It's next week.
It's next week, yeah. Yeah, holy crap.
I bought our tickets today. 50-yard line. How much do you think the tickets were?
$6.
Nah, they were pricier. They were $22 a piece.
Whew.
I know, breaking the bank.
I'm going to have to buy you a lot of breakfast specials.
Cashman's Field. We're going to hit up South Point for sure. It's going to be a bomb-ass time.
That's what I'm talking about. Boom. And then you can check out the Horse Racing Pod on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, the Notorious OTB. Be doing a show tomorrow. Got a show Friday. Got two shows a week, most every week.
Check that shit out, everybody. Y'all know where to find me at XFL Jim everywhere, all the time. I got my team previews. I think I'm just going to release all my team previews on Thursday, and then I'm going to do my Week 1 plus season hype video on Friday. And, yeah, find me with Uncle Rico Wednesday for Spring Fever. We're going to be breaking down XFL, too. It's going to be a blast. And everyone stay safe out there.
Yeah.
Toilets and bathrooms, just keep an eye out. That's all I got to say.
Be aware. Look, listen, live.